I think you mean Naboth, Jezebel, and King Ahab. Their story is mainly in 1 Kings 21, with the consequences continuing in 1 Kings 22 and 2 Kings 9. The story of Naboth, Ahab, and Jezebel. King Ahab wanted a vineyard belonging to a man named Naboth. The vineyard was close to Ahab's palace in Jezreel. Ahab offered Naboth either a better vineyard or money for it. Naboth refused because the land was his family's inheritance. Under Israel's law, inherited family land had special importance. Naboth told Ahab, open quote, 1 Kings 21:3, "The Lord forbid that I should give you the inheritance of my fathers." Close quote. Ahab went home angry and upset. He lay on his bed, turned his face away, and wouldn't eat. His wife Jezebel asked him what was wrong. When Ahab explained that Naboth wouldn't give him the vineyard, Jezebel essentially told him that, as king, he should take control of the situation. She then arranged something terrible. Jezebel wrote letters in Ahab's name, used his royal seal, and instructed leaders in Naboth's city to arrange a public gathering. She ordered them to place 2 false witnesses against Naboth who would accuse him of cursing God and the king. The plan worked. Naboth was falsely accused, taken outside the city, and stoned to death. After Naboth died, Jezebel told Ahab that he could take possession of the vineyard. Ahab went down to claim it. But God saw what happened. Even though powerful people had arranged the accusations and Naboth couldn't defend himself, God knew the truth. God sent the prophet Elijah to confront Ahab. One of Elijah's most famous statements to Ahab is, open quote, 1 Kings 21:19, "Hast thou killed and also taken possession?" Close quote. Elijah announced God's judgment against Ahab's household. Jezebel would also face judgment for what she had done. Interestingly, when Ahab heard God's judgment, he humbled himself, tearing his clothes, fasting, and wearing sackcloth. God noticed even that and delayed part of the judgment against his family. What eventually happened, Ahab later died after being wounded in battle, as described in 1 Kings 22. Jezebel lived longer, but the judgment pronounced against her eventually happened. In 2 Kings 9, Jehu arrived at Jezreel. Jezebel was thrown from a window and died, bringing a grim end to the woman who had arranged Naboth's death. The major lesson in Naboth's story is especially about greed, abuse of power, false accusations, injustice, and God's judgment. Naboth appeared powerless compared with a king and queen. Jezebel could manipulate people, arrange false testimony, and temporarily get Ahab exactly what he wanted, but she couldn't hide what happened from God. A powerful companion verse is Proverbs 6:16-19, which says, God hates things including a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a false witness who breathes out lies, and someone who sows discord. I think you mean Naboth, Jezebel, and King